Now, please join me in welcoming our governance leaders, as well as some special guests that we have here today, some from on the other side of the globe traveling here today. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand when you are introduced, and I ask everyone, hold your applause until the introductions for each group are complete. Our university governance leaders, Daphne Pham. Daphne? Chair of University Committee, Heather Miles, Chair of Academic Staff Committee. Karen Graber, Chair of Classified Staff Committee. Annalee Sapansky, President of Parkside Student Government. Joining us from the University of Wisconsin-Parkside Foundation Board, Mr. Tom Nelson, Mr. Bob Topey, Joan Wilk, Dr. Joan Wilk, and Jim Kramer. Thank you. With us today from the College of Business Economics and Computing Advisory Board, Cam Bueller, Charles Goodremote, James Kettinger, Tom Nelson, Earl Pfefferkorn, Kim Plocky, Alicia Smalless, Terry Steidel, and Bob Topey. Thank you for your attendance. Also joining us today are two special guests of Interim Dean Dirk Baldwin, Professor Hui C. Lee and Professor Ruby Yu, both visiting our campus from Beijing Information Science and Technology University, a warm University of Wisconsin-Parkside. Welcome to our guests from Beijing, China. Thank you. Joining us from the College of Arts and Humanities Advisory Board, Francisco Loyola and Samira Gadisis. Thank you. And with us from the College of Natural and Health Sciences Advisory Board, Thomas Wendt, Joan Wilk, Julie Kinzelman, Clifton Peterson, and his wife Gladys. Thank you. We welcome a number of our regional and state elected officials. Thank you for the important work you do in our communities and for the state of Wisconsin. State Representative Samantha Kirkman, State Senator Robert Bob Wirch, Kenosha Mayor Keith Bosman, Racine County Executive Jim Ladwig, Summers Township Administrator William Morris, Summers Township Chair Ben Harbuck. Thank you for your attendance. Thank you for all being with us today and for your continued dedication, support, and involvement with the University of Wisconsin-Parkside. One of the treasures of every convocation is the chance to reconnect and welcome back our retirees and emeritus faculty and staff. Retirees and emeritus faculty and staff, please stand and be recognized. Thank you for joining us to begin this new academic year. We all know that UW-Parkside is amazing, real amazing. Some of our students enjoyed the experience so much, they have stayed on or returned as faculty and staff. Would all the UW-Parkside faculty and staff who are alumni please stand and be recognized? Wow. At the foundation of any great university are the people who create and support the educational experience for our students. Would all current faculty and staff please stand and be recognized? All current faculty and staff, thank you for all you do for students. And finally, one very important group, all of our new faculty and staff. Please rise so we can give you a warm Ranger welcome, new faculty and staff. Woo! Your names, all of the new faculty and staff, your names and departments are listed in today's program. Thank you. At this time, I invite all 2013 and 2012-13 faculty and staff award recipients to approach the front of the room. We have reserved seating for you that will make it easier for you to enter and exit the stage. As our award recipients are making their way to the front, let me remind everyone that the Faculty and Staff Awards honor our colleagues and their exemplary service to our students, our university, and our community, for their research, their creativity, and for their excellence in the classroom. Now, to present the Classified Staff Distinguished Service Awards and the University of Wisconsin-Parkside Diversity Award, please welcome Senior Diversity Officer, Dr. Ed Twyman.
Thank you so much, John. The Classified Staff Distinguished Service Award recognizes dedication and commitment to the university by a member of the classified staff. Please welcome our first award recipient, Kelly Horvath. On January 8th of this year, Kelly Horvath, police officer in the UW-Wisconsin-Parkside Police and Public Safety Department, responded to a fire at the University Apartments. She and another UW-Parkside police officer entered the smoke-filled apartment several times at personal risk to clear the apartment of occupants. Thanks to her efforts, 2 students who were unaware of the fire were safely evacuated. Both officers were awarded the Wisconsin-Parkside Department Life Saving Award. As an evidence technician and department's evidence custodian, Kelly is ultimately responsible for the integrity of all evidence brought to the Wisconsin Police Department. She's often called upon to testify in court cases involving the chain of evidence and the chain of custody. Further, she routinely represents Parkside Police Department at Ranger Days, at ROAR. ROAR is our new student orientation program that provides valuable information to incoming freshmen and their parents. She also represents UW-Parkside in the Kenosha County Sexual Assault Response Team, and she volunteers to represent UW-Parkside at the Gay Straight Alliance Conference in Milwaukee. Even more, Kelly has taken a strong interest in the mental health field and is a member of the board of directors for the National Alliance on Mental Illness. I'm also proud to say that she is currently working toward her bachelor's degree in psychology with a certificate in mental health skills at UW-Wisconsin-Parkside. Thank you, Kelly. Our second Classified Staff Distinguished Service Award recipient is Jane Roner. Jane Roner, University Services Program in Social and Disability Services, is described as an unsung hero. She is the front door of disability services and regularly interfaces with students, their parents, UW-Parkside faculty and staff, and members of our community. Her reliable work ethic and positive attitude are highly valued. She's a very generous person who volunteers her time on and off campus. She's also compassionate with a listening ear. Always has a warm smile to create a positive connection with the students and people she encounters. As just one example, a student came to Disability Services having had a panic attack in the classroom. In tears and looking for some assistance, Jane helped the student to a private room, made sure the student was comfortable, offered a cup of water, and listened for several minutes until the disability service coordinator arrived. This may seem or appear like a small task. However, at the time, Jane was already helping 2 students, waiting to schedule an appointment, as well as a faculty member who's dropping off a test. Her ability to remain at ease as she managed the area helped those around her to feel comfortable. Next, the Campus Diversity Award honors a member of our faculty or staff who makes an outstanding contribution or effort toward enhancing diversity and inclusion. This year's recipient of the UW-Parkside Diversity Award is Rita Altmeyer. Rita Altmeyer, Senior Equal Opportunity Specialist in Human Resources, is an advocate for diversity on campus and in the community, and may be most recognized for her leadership in American Indian causes. Rita herself is of Choctaw heritage and fully understands the struggle of oppressed groups, and is very sensitive to the needs of American Indian students. She has been an advisor and a mentor to many American Indian students, a major resource for faculty and staff, and a bridge between the UW-Parkside and the American Indian communities. In 1998, she led the effort to turn a group of American Indian students and advocates into Sacred Circles, a formal club, which due primarily to Rita's efforts, attained organizational status in 2000. In 2006 and 2007, she was awarded Advisor of the Year, the first classified employee to ever receive that honor. She was also leading organizing and bringing the first powwow honoring children to UW-Parkside in 2001, and the ACT 31 Conference for Teaching and Learning to UW-Parkside in 2009, teaching about Wisconsin American Indian tribes and Hmong history. She does so much. She's also a member of the Martin Luther King Jr. Celebration Committee, has served in the Status of Women committees doing presentations in classrooms and in the community on all areas of diversity, speaking out on the LGBTQ issues, violence against women, and stereotyping. Thank you so much, Rita. It's now my pleasure to introduce the Vice Chancellor for Finance and Administration, Mel Klickner.
Thanks, Ed. I'm proud and honored to present the Academic Staff Distinguished Service Award and the Advising Excellence Award. This year's Academic Staff Distinguished Service Award goes to Pat Eaton. Pat is an outstanding asset on campus with 16 years as information processing consultant and D2L guru. In an era where all members of the university community rely more and more on technology to support both traditional classes and distance education, Pat does it almost single-handedly. During the 2012-13 school year alone, she supported 995 courses. On a list of many accomplishments, Pat secured funding and resources to add ePortfolio, Kaltura, and Blackboard collaborative technologies, along with installment of Camtasia Relay for lecture capture campus-wide. She installed web checkout to provide campus users with more efficient equipment checkout services. She provided technical training and support for the online course development project, access to D2L for ROAR, and established D2L access for all active employees, part of required training through their Human Resources Department. Pat is an active member in the UW System D2L Site Administrators Group and the UW System Learning Technology Development Council. Both organizations explore and promote new teaching and learning applications of existing and emerging technologies. Pat, thank you for your excellent work. This year's Advising Excellence recipient is Allie Fairchild. Allie Fairchild, lecturer and academic advisor in the Health, Exercise Science, and Sport Management Department, is known for her outstanding dedication and commitment to student success. Here are just a few comments from student nominators. Allie helped me prepare for the GRE, narrow down graduate schools, and analyze their academic programs. I'm happy to report that I will be attending my #1 choice for graduate school, and it is due in part to Allie's assistance. Others said, Allie encouraged me to get involved and use the skills that I possess. The funny thing is, I didn't even know I had the skills that she saw in me. Another person, as an undecided and very lost sophomore, I took the Introduction to Sports and Fitness Management class that Allie taught. I absolutely fell in love with HESM and pretty much had an epiphany of what life path I was going to take. And from 2 transfer students. I'm a transfer student from UW-Stevens Point, and Allie made my transition to Parkside an extremely smooth process. It is absolutely wonderful having an academic advisor that is as helpful as Allie. Another, I'm a transfer that was in lacrosse for 4 years and attended 2 schools. I finally feel like there's someone academically on my side. Allie, thank you for your excellent service. To present our next awards, please welcome Assistant Vice Chancellor for Institutional Effectiveness, Dr. Kim, the Dance Kelly.
Okay. Hi. All right, now I'm up here with the Chancellor of this great University of Wisconsin, Parkside, and I have the great opportunity to thank Mel for this very special opportunity for me personally, which I'll tell you a little bit about in a few moments. But first, I'd like to have this opportunity to tell you a little bit about the recipient of the Excellence in Research and Creativity Award that recognizes a faculty member for his or her scholarship portion of his or her mission here at UW-Parkside. We are very fortunate this year that Laura Curry is our recipient of the Creative Research and Activity Award. Laura? Okay. She's not here. But we won't slight her, will we? We will rib her mercilessly when we see her next. I'd like to say a few words, however, about Dr. Laura Curry. She is actually a professor of sociology, and she is an international scholar who brings a broad perspective into play on her research in the local area as well as on the international stage. She has described her work as being in two main areas of inquiry: the sociology of minorities and race relations, especially surveillance studies, and the sociology of development, especially subaltern studies. And I have $1 for those individuals who can tell me what subaltern studies are after we finish Convocation. I looked it up. Her two most recent papers, which are currently under review, are examples of both the range of her work and her unique creativity. One paper explores the feminizing of the concept of resistance in the Middle East, and the latter discusses the identity development of Palestinian women attending college in Israel. So don't rib her, but do ask her about her research. It is quite interesting. Since 2011, Dr. Curry has published 6 articles in peer-reviewed journals, 2 book chapters, one of which is forthcoming, and 2 book reviews, one of which appears in the prestigious Sociological Inquiry. Dr. Curry's scholarship has been described as having the passion and deep engagement of someone dedicated to making a difference, both within and outside the academy. She often includes students in her research, and she is an outstanding example of the teacher-scholar model which exemplifies our UW-Parkside faculty. So wherever you are, Dr. Curry, we applaud you. Okay, next I have the privilege to award the Community Engaged Learning and Research Award. This year's recipient is none other than Abby Kurobila. Yeah, he's here. Associate Professor of Business, Dr. Abby Kurobila, has taken community-engaged learning and research to heart in order to enhance student learning, contribute to our community, and engage in scholarly activity. Dr. Kurobila and his students have worked on over 200 community-based projects, ranging from process improvement, my personal favorite, for the Department of Corrections that could potentially save Wisconsin millions of dollars, to a variety of business improvement projects for nonprofits, small businesses, and major corporations. Many organizations have immediately implemented the project recommendations, and Dr. Kurobila's students regularly comment on how this work contributes to their learning experience and their personal market value upon graduation. Dr. Kurobila's primary research is community-related. His work on ambulance diversion, and yes, we all know what that means, has been used by the city of Seattle and has resulted in broad appointments of Dr. Kurobila to related health service and healthcare services. An integral part of his research involves students. Both undergraduate and graduate students have presented their community-based research at regional, national, and international conferences. Dr. Kurobila is constantly looking for ways to improve research and his course curricula, that they may serve our communities and enhance the educational experience of his students. Congratulations, Dr. Kurobila. And Dr. Kurobila's family will receive the video of his receipt of the award, thanks to the efforts of Jordania Leon Jordan. Okay, here we go. Last but not least, as I mentioned a few moments ago, this is a very special opportunity for me. Dun, dun, dun. As most of you are well aware, the long and very rewarding work on the reaffirmation of accreditation by the Higher Learning Commission is not something that can be done by one person, although the individual receiving this award may disagree. It takes a team, it takes a village, it takes a university. In my case, I was extremely fortunate to have the dedicated partner who had a desire to be totally involved with the project. I have told him many times how much I appreciate and thank him for his engagement in the Higher Learning Commission. But I'm going to do it again today. So it is quite special for me to present this year's Distinguished Faculty Service Award to my colleague and former partner in crime, Dr. Robert Barber. Hey! In the letter of nomination, of which there were many, colleagues commended Biological Sciences Associate Professor Dr. Rob Barber for his vigorous and unrelenting service. We have great admiration for Rob's fortitude and willingness to take on vital roles. His colleagues wrote, Rob's career at UW-Parkside spans 13 years, and he's still here today. His efforts during the past 5 years, however, have been truly extraordinary. Rob served on the Course and Curriculum Committee, the Committee on Academic Planning, including 1 year as chair, the Strategic Planning Team, and took on the role of Faculty Lead for Academic Excellence, and the University Committee, the Executive Committee of the Faculty Governance, with 1 year as chair. He helped develop the academic plan that became a central piece of the strategic plan. He initiated and co-authored the report on high-impact practices that profoundly influenced the academic mission at the UW-Parkside. And he led workload discussions with administrators. And he did it very politely. Most recently and prominently, Rob and I co-chaired the steering committee for the UW-Parkside self-study, a massive project, that's an understatement, in support of the reaffirmation of accreditation by Higher Learning Commission. Through his tireless dedication in many roles, many of which I was not aware of, maybe you were not aware of, but now we know he's been pretty much everywhere doing everything. Rob has made innumerable contributions to UW-Parkside. For that, I am personally grateful, and I know you'll join me in thanking him for his exceptional service. Now, it's my opportunity to thank Rob once more and move on. I now have the opportunity to bring to the stage the Associate Provost. Now, I'm going to say this in a particular way because this is my only chance. Dennis Rome!
Good morning. I was so happy to see the new faculty and staff stand when Johnny J asked them to stand because we just finished 2 rigorous days of new faculty staff orientation. So I was driving here today, not certain that they would show up again for a 3rd day. So I take that as a sign that this is going to be a really exciting year at the University of Wisconsin-Parkside. The second indication that this is going to be a really exciting year is that the Chancellor has abandoned her Hillary Clinton trademark pantsuit and she's wearing a dress. I'm fired again. I just got fired again. If there are any recruiters in the audience, I have my business card. So why was I? Oh, that's right. So thank you, Kim, for your introduction and all you do for our institution. Before we continue with the Stellar C Grade Teaching Excellence Awards, we need to officially recognize the honor bestowed upon a member of our faculty by the University of Wisconsin Board of Regents. At the Regents meeting in June, Political Science Associate Professor Dr. Peggy James received the Regents Teaching Excellence Award for Outstanding Teaching Achievement. It is the UW system's highest recognition for faculty and academic staff. Peggy, will you please stand? She's not here. Peggy is preparing her notes and syllabi for class. Was that a good one? No. Okay. Nominations for the Stellar C Grade Teaching Excellence Award come from students. That in itself tells you much about why this award is coveted and highly respected at the University of Wisconsin-Parkside. Nominations are reviewed and the final selections are then made by faculty. Another reason why this award is special. Unfortunately, our first recipient, Dr. John Ward, Assistant Professor of Geography, could not be with us this morning. He's home preparing notes and syllabi for class next week. Dr. Ward describes himself as a teacher. Teaching, he says, is the reason I am here. A major part of his teaching philosophy is based on what he calls walking around knowledge. Every student should understand more about the world after every class they take, he says. They are not necessarily going to remember everything covered during a semester, but each class should provide an opportunity for a student to gain knowledge and insight into the world in which they live. John believes that learning can be fun and enjoyable, and that when students enjoy what they are doing and have some ability to influence what they are learning, they are often more engaged. I do this by trying to allow them the freedom to pursue research topics and interests that they have, he says. Based on evaluations each semester, his students concur. And here's what they say about him. Professor Ward has a real understanding of how to help students completely grasp the course content. He's very clear on what he wants from his students. He also made me want to learn as much as possible. Please give Dr. Ward a round of applause. Today's second Stellar C Grade Teaching Award recipient is it here? Okay. Was on a roll there for a while with attendance here. We have a new attendance policy too. Today's second Stellar C Grade Teaching Award recipient is Purdue's Paul Mohazabi. Dr. Mohazabi, Professor of Physics, is a 3-time recipient, earning the honor in 1994 and 2005. When Paul was just 8 years old, he had a dream when he picked up a star that had fallen from the sky. His father told him it was glowing because of sulfuric, and young Paul learned that, phosphorus, the new vice officer. Phosphorus could be extracted from animal bone. Did you know that, Dean? Yeah. Okay. After a year of relentless work, he extracted phosphorus from a bone, Dean, in a way never mentioned in any of his chemistry books. He described the methods to his brother's chemistry teacher and discovered how much he enjoyed sharing knowledge with others. Paul believes a classroom is a two-way learning community. Students learn from the instructor, and the instructor learns from the students. He says teaching should also serve as a tool to stimulate interest and inquisitiveness in students and to motivate them to think critically and independently so they are able to learn more on their own. You say quite a bit there, Paul. In a recent evaluation, one student wrote, "The instructor was very enthusiastic during class, always going beyond what was necessary to offer help. The course offered complex material and a very interesting and informative approach." Please welcome me in applauding this year's Stellar Grant recipient. That concludes our awards. Once again, let's congratulate our 2012-2013 award winners. Thank you. At this time, it is my absolute pleasure to welcome to the podium our very own Chancellor Debbie Ford.
Well, Dennis, thank you very much. I thought you handled your portion of the awards presentation with distinction. So that's from our commencement. Every year, Dennis presents several awards. So, wow, what a great day to be at UW-Parkside. And happy anniversary. Today, we celebrate our 45th year of providing quality higher education. In 4.5 decades, we have educated more than 21,000 graduates, developed exceptional scholars, provided strong talent for community needs, hosted hundreds of thousands of visitors, launched new discoveries, built relationships, shared stories of success, and created many, many memories. Upon opening this campus, our first chancellor, Dr. Irvin Wiley, stated, and I quote, "The society that builds a new university assesses the future optimistically. It bets that the future will be better than the past and that the university will make it better." End quote. Chancellor Wiley and our founders dreamed of a university where tens of thousands of people would come to enrich their minds, brighten their futures, and change their lives. When we think of those that made UW-Parkside a reality, we often think of the amazing first faculty and inspired community leaders. But let us not forget those first excited students, many of whom were able to attend college because UW-Parkside was established. Also, it took many people and talents to carve this institution out of the Wisconsin countryside, the craftspeople, the laborers, and the artisans. And in at least one instance, a first student was also on the construction crew that helped build the very university he would attend. Now that is dedication to the cause of higher education in southeastern Wisconsin. So allow me to introduce George Becker. George is a rather special alumnus of UW-Parkside, and he is the brother of our colleague, Roxanne Creederman. After his service in the Air Force, George was working construction around our region and was part of the construction crew for the new university in Kenosha. George was already married and a father. He decided to enroll in classes, and he became our first non-traditional student. George also played on the first UW-Parkside basketball team. And more importantly, George is also our first alumnus of the University of Wisconsin-Parkside. It's going to get better. At the very first commencement ceremony in 1970, George was the third person on the list of graduates that day. But for whatever reason, the first two people were unable to attend. So when it came time to walk across the stage in Greenquest Corridor, George Becker became the first person to receive a degree from our university, the University of Wisconsin-Parkside. Now, let me introduce Charley Becker. Charley will begin her studies at the University of Wisconsin-Parkside this fall as one of the first students in the new Educator Development Program. And you'll be interested to know that Charley is the granddaughter of George and the niece of Roxanne. Yes, the legacy of student success is very rich here at our university. We truly are transforming generations of lives. Welcome back, George, and thanks for supporting UW-Parkside. And welcome to campus, Charley. You have the support of this entire room as you begin your educational journey here at UW-Parkside. This is an example of how we are reaching the level of impact our founders envisioned as thousands of people across our region are enriching their minds, creating bright futures, and changing their lives at the University of Wisconsin-Parkside. Ladies and gentlemen, we are the stewards of a great vision. I do believe the University of Wisconsin-Parkside makes our future and the future of many others better. We have so much to be proud of, especially our more than 21,000 alumni and what they mean to our communities. Now it's time to set our sights on new futures as the 2013-14 academic year begins, and we welcome Charley and hundreds of new and returning UW-Parkside students to campus. With our help, these students will be the next generation of leaders in our communities. I have been thinking a great deal about our role as stewards of this great legacy in higher education. And I am excited about where we are today, but more importantly, where we are going together. It is clear to many we are at a critical moment in the history of higher education, in the history of our communities, and in the history of the University of Wisconsin-Parkside. This still new century is teeming with great potential. Beginning today, it is up to us to define the next 45 years for our university. How will we ensure the vision of enriching minds, brightening futures, and changing lives? How will we make the future better than the past? And how will we build upon what works and improve the rest? Today, I offer 5 pillars of excellence that we as a campus community can share in advancing our generation's contributions to higher education in southeastern Wisconsin. Academic excellence and quality is the central pillar. It defines our main reason for being a university and demonstrates our focus on delivering our educational mission. We support this pillar through the implementation of our academic plan, the success of our educational collaborations across campus and with partner institutions, with alignment of our academic programs with regional needs, through the accreditation of our university and our academic programs, and through the quality of our graduates. Student success is the second pillar, and it embodies our most important stakeholder, our students and soon-to-be graduates. Student success is supported through enrollment growth, the implementation of our strategic enrollment management plan, increased participation in high-impact learning practices, successful outcomes from Graduate Parkside, the PACE program, the Provost Retention Task Force, and the Faculty Learning Community for Student Retention. The third pillar, partnerships and pathways, illuminates the strength of our commitment to the communities we serve. We are a stronger university as a result of our partnerships. Our goal is to continually build high quality and sustainable partnerships that contribute to the excellent educational experiences of our students. The fourth pillar is stewardship and operational excellence. And it reminds us that universities are not books or buildings or classrooms alone. Universities, at their essence, are people pursuing a common vision and mission. Our shared focus on stewardship and operational excellence is a way to rally around this sense of connection and includes our campus working within strategic and measurable goals and holding one another accountable to meet those goals. The stewardship and operational excellence pillar demonstrates our ability to create and own our various roles within well-designed plans, policies, and practices. This pillar exemplifies our focus on continuous improvement and our shared commitment to use our human, financial, physical, and capital resources to full capacity within alignment of our mission. And our fifth pillar may be the most interesting of the group, telling our story. It represents not only the great stories we have to tell, but the importance of sharing those stories with a broader community and with one another. In the age of rapid and expansive communication, we must engage in rich and compelling storytelling with all of our stakeholders. These pillars of excellence will guide our work and will support us as we live the UW-Parkside experience in all that we do. Earlier this summer, I asked members of the Chancellor's Cabinet and Provost leadership team to provide highlights of initiatives in their respective areas, and they delivered. I compiled over a dozen pages of examples of excellence, but in the interest of time, I will only share a few. And my goal in sharing these with you is to illustrate how your work, how what you do each and every day aligns with our pillars of excellence and why I continue to be proud of our university. First, I am especially proud of the outcomes achieved from the Higher Learning Commission's self-study and peer review process. So please recognize the tremendous success of our collective efforts to demonstrate and advance campus engagement around shared goals and priorities, to complete an in-depth review and analysis of what we do well and what we need to improve, to adopt a campus-wide focus on student learning through shared learning goals, to create and advance a culture of integrated planning and continuous improvement. I get points from Kim Kelly every time I say continuous improvement. And now we share future directions that will guide the integration of our strategic planning, our academic planning, and our campus master planning. You'll be happy to know that last week we submitted the final paperwork to the Higher Learning Commission Institutional Actions Committee for review early in the fall. You will be the first to know once we receive final approval for accreditation and move in to HLC's open pathway. Congratulations to all for your engagement with our reaffirmation to accreditation, and that deserves a round of applause. The successful implementation of our academic plan, titled Aiming High and Making Excellence Inclusive, is evident from the creation of our new academic structure, the creation of our new advisory boards, new programs and articulation, and through innovative pedagogy. Within each of our 4 colleges, doesn't that sound great? 4 colleges? And across our campus, we are creating opportunities to better serve students and meet the talent needs of our region as our faculty are developing and enhancing their curriculum. Congratulations to our colleagues in the College of Social Sciences and Professional Studies and the Institute for Professional Educator Development for receiving approval from the Wisconsin Department of Public Instruction to enroll students into our new Educator Development Program. In the College of Business Economics and Computing, we have a new accounting major and new certificate programs in app development and cybersecurity. And in the College of Natural and Health Sciences, the new program in environmental studies has launched, and Dean Otu signed a new articulation agreement with Rosalind Franklin University of Medicine and Science for the Doctor of Pharmacy program. In embracing the concepts outlined in our academic plan, we understand there are new opportunities to be explored in addressing the needs of the 21st century student. Members of our faculty understand their knowledge and expertise is needed in ensuring new delivery methods and ensuring that they are aligned with strong pedagogy. The university thanks the 17 faculty members who invested time, energy, and deep thought into our rigorous online summer workshop. To date, more than 39 faculty members and staff members have participated in the workshop, and we now offer more than 200 courses online with the help of Pat Eaton. So. A special thank you is in order for our colleagues Megan Mullen, Jim Robinson, and Dennis Rome for their expertise and leadership with this workshop. It was one of the first decisions I got to say yes to in 2009 when they approached me about offering a summer institute for online course development. Suresh Chalasani and Megan Mullen, along with a group of interdisciplinary faculty, have been meeting regularly to explore how the UW Flex option or competency-based learning will work for UW-Parkside. We agreed to start small and focus on delivering existing certificate programs using competencies. Provost Ebyde is finalizing an MOU with UW Extension Provost Aaron Brower for UW-Parkside to design competencies and assessments for existing certificate programs in sales, project management, professional writing, and global skills. Suresh and Megan will be working with these faculty members who will design the competencies and assessments. We'll be working with our deans, our faculty, and governance throughout the fall to monitor progress and determine next steps. Innovative teaching and methods, when in the hands of our expert faculty, do and continue to make an impact. Rich Karwatka and our colleagues and learning assistants introduced competency-based learning in our developmental math courses in the fall and spring. Using this new approach in supplemental instruction, the success rate of our students grew from 53% to 67.8%. And in my world, I round up to 70. So Rich notes, and I quote, "Our new approach markedly increased both the rigor of the course material and the achievement level required of students to be certified proficient," end quote. These students are now ready to enroll in either Math 102 or Math 111. So thank you for your leadership in this regard. Each of our 5 pillars of excellence stands as an important area of focus and measurement. However, if we needed to rest our efforts on a single area, student success is certainly key. In a way, we have committed ourselves to increased opportunities and participation in high-impact learning practices. And based on your reports of student engagement in the spring and summer, we are striving for excellence. And from what I hear from conversations out there, more great things are on the horizon. UW-Parkside was well represented at the National Conference on Undergraduate Research at La Crosse in the spring, with 12 students and 6 faculty members. For the second year in a row, 2 of our students completed summer research assistantships with alumnus Dr. Jeffrey Medine at the University of Toronto, and computer science students participated in a WisCamp grant project related to mobile devices and crowdsourcing. You may have noticed a fair amount of media attention regarding 5 pre-health students who participated in the UW School of Medicine and Public Health RUSH program for students ultimately interested in serving underrepresented urban and rural areas of Wisconsin as physicians. 14 students comprise the first graduating class in our 3+1+1 agreement with our partner universities in China, BTBU and BISTU. And these students graduated in May, and some of them have completed their studies in August. Please join me in recognizing our colleagues in enrollment services, Graduate Parkside, Residence Life, and all the areas that support students through academic advising for their work this summer to enroll, to advise, register, and guide members of our entering fall class. As you can see from this slide, and I will take a few minutes to go through this one, early indicators show positive trends in many enrollment metrics compared to this same time last year. So the chart shows that for new student enrollment, for new freshmen coming in, we are above where we were at this point last year. For transfers, we're right on par, about the same, and that changes every day. Transfers tend to enroll a little bit later, and I know there are probably transfer appointments as we speak and transfer students waiting. Housing occupancy is up over this same point last year. The number of credit hours students are pursuing are up compared to this point last year. That also shows greater progress towards degree for our students. Retention is up, not only from first year to second year, but across all of our cohorts of students. We're seeing more of our students re-enrolling and continuing here, another big positive for our university. The diversity of our incoming class is up a little bit as compared to this point last year, which last year was about 25% students of color. This year it's around 27%. And our average ACT is right on par at about 21. And so there's nothing in the red zone. Everything is in the green and yellow. So congratulations to our colleagues who are helping there. We will actually have 10th day data in September, and we'll let you know how these indicators continue. So your perseverance to focus on enrollment growth and student success is evident. The nature of our comprehensive university is our deep connection to our community. It is our responsibility to engage in robust relationships and lend our unique talents and resources to make our community strong. The pillar of partnerships and pathways reflects this unique role, as well as that of making access to high-quality education a priority. It is always a pleasure to showcase all that we do and have here at UW-Parkside, including our wonderful students, our faculty and staff, as well as our tremendous educational assets and facilities. Throughout the summer, and thank you to those who introduced themselves and helped me come into your areas throughout the summer, I hosted a number of business partners and community leaders for campus tours and conversations about partnerships. I've now nicknamed the tour the Best of Parkside, and I tell folks if you have a half a day, we may be able to get it all in. But most folks have about 45 minutes. And I want to tell you what some of these business leaders have said. One said, the visit was delightful, the campus beautiful, you and your team most engaging. And twice I heard, even as recent as yesterday, I am blown away with the campus and the dedication your team has for students. Wow, it doesn't get any better than that. So what we're doing to build partnerships is so critically important. So let me tell you about a few of those. In the fall, the College of Business Economics Computing, the College of Natural and Health Sciences, and the College of Arts and Humanities plan to sign, I believe, 7 or more new articulation agreements with Gateway Technical College for high-demand programs. All of our deans continue conversations with our regional technical colleges, with the College of Lake County, with UW-Waukesha, and UW-Milwaukee to develop curricular pathways. We not only have educational partners in our region, we have partners around the world who host our students and faculty. And we will continue to cultivate international relationships and strive to expose our students to all the world has to offer. I'm actually wearing my scarf from Australia today in honor of our new partnership with the University of Western Sydney, and I do welcome our guest from China as well, so very nice to have you on campus. In June, I had the honor of traveling to Italy with Italian Senator Ron Turano, UW Board of Regents President and UW-Parkside alumnus Mike Falbo, and professors Carmel Ruffalo and Abby Curavilla. We visited Rome, the Italian Senate, Cosenza, and celebrated our 10-year partnership with the University of Calabria. One of the highlights of this trip was spending the day learning and exploring with 14 UW-Parkside students who participated in the course taught by Abby, Doing Business in Italy. I look forward to sharing my stories, the experiences, and the photos with you this year, because what we do in building partnerships around the world is critically important. One of our key measures of success for the One of our key measures of success for the pillar of partnerships and pathways will be the completion of the process to be reclassified as an engaged campus by the Carnegie Foundation. We have had this prestigious designation since 2006, and continued success will be dependent on demonstrating how campus engagement has deepened and become more pervasive. Carnegie defines community engagement as the partnership of college and university knowledge and resources with those of the public and private sectors to enrich scholarship, research, and creative activity, enhance curriculum, teaching, and learning, prepare educated, engaged citizens, strengthen democratic values and civic responsibility, and address critical social issues, and contribute to the public good. Sounds like a great definition for the work we do here at UW-Parkside. So thank you in advance for your contributions to our Carnegie application, and thank you to Jane Schaefer and our colleagues in the Center for Community Partnerships for leading us through this process. In 45 years, many forces, internal and external, have acted upon the ongoing ability for the stewards to advance the mission and vision of UW-Parkside. What is obvious, those that went before us in service to the university persevered. And to quote a fellow chancellor, "We are the people we are waiting for." But I'd like to take that one step further. We are the people that have accepted this moment and relish our role as stewards of a great university in service to an important community of learners. Yes, expectations are high and budgets are tight, but we will persevere and address the forces. As stewards, we are called to take individual responsibility and create linkages and relationships with others to support seamless service to one another, to our students and our community. And working in service in higher education is a great privilege, and it is absolutely dependent on sharing. Let's begin this academic year by engaging in collegial conversations to reflect, to learn, and to seek first to understand as we strive to recognize each members of our campus community's connection to our mission. As a campus, we have persevered and set priorities to improve our learning environment within the context of maximizing limited resources to have the greatest impact. Did you know that in the last decade, we've added 254,000 square feet of new learning space? Our physical campus demonstrates our commitment to quality learning and provides the environment for engaged learning. Let me give you a few examples. This summer, CTS, Campus Technology Services, upgraded 11 classrooms with learning technologies, and 9 classrooms now have podium computers installed. I know that is much appreciated by our faculty and academic staff. We also have a new 40-station computer lab in the Learning Technology Center, and a number of labs have been upgraded, critically important to student success. Thank you to Ilya and colleagues in CTS for reallocating their limited resources to improve our classrooms and labs. Joe and the staff in the library have been focused on creating the library of the 21st century. They created a one-stop service desk, and they added the Art in the Library exhibit, which includes student works and a great area called the Library Living Room. In partnership with Facilities Services, our colleagues in the library removed the tall, dark shelving that was hiding the north-facing windows and replaced them with short shelves, and they've ordered some more soft seating. Now you can see the beautiful views of our campus community. So stop by the library and enjoy the new look. Across the campus, you might want to know that behind us in the university apartments, we upgraded the kitchens and bathrooms last summer, but this fall we're going to add a new roof and update the exterior facade. And last, I know you're all wondering, work on the Greenquist elevator is almost complete. I know. So thank you to all of our colleagues across campus who design, monitor, implement all of these campus improvements. I believe the campus looks great. And as you know, we will be engaged in defining our campus of the future through our campus master planning process this year. I just have a few more things. The final pillar is telling our story. Last spring, the campus embarked on a branding study as part of our digital communications initiative, and through this process, we identified 3 very important distinguishing characteristics about UW-Parkside today. These are attention, access and affordability, and what's new at UW-Parkside. These characteristics help frame our work in words and images. It is up to us to recognize, crystallize, and communicate the very human story of our campus community, the lives we impact every day through our inspired faculty, staff, and student interactions and accomplishments. These characteristics, attention, access and affordability, and what's new at UW-Parkside, represent a posture of confidence and pride in the uniqueness of our university. In January, we will launch a new website to support storytelling of the UW-Parkside experience. The Digital Communications Initiative team has made tremendous progress. The website will be a wonderful expression of the lived experience of UW-Parkside. Keep up the great work, team. It is important to note that the entire campus will have a role in the implementation of our new website, as well as will be asked to provide compelling, well-crafted content, AKA stories. I thank all of our faculty and staff in advance for your support in this important communication initiative. These few examples demonstrate your commitment to UW-Parkside and illustrate the breadth and depth of our 5 pillars of excellence. I ask that you join me as we advance our contributions to our campus, to our region, and beyond. I recognize that our work is hard and that we live in challenging times. But as we have seen in a few images today, this university has been in a cycle of change since its founding. Today, we find that challenges might come a bit more rapidly. Some days we'd like it just to slow down a little. However, this is our generation's calling, and educators in future generations will have a wholly unique set of circumstances. What is certain is that UW-Parkside will be better tomorrow because of our being here today. And I would want it no other way. Yes, we are being called to do more with less, have greater demands for increased accountability, and will continue to make tough decisions. However, our willingness to lead in changing times and rally around a shared vision for future success is that which our rich history calls us to do. I am confident that we will continue to excel. An unknown author noted, and I quote, "Challenges make you discover things about yourself that you never really knew. Challenges are what make the instrument stretch, what make you go beyond the norm," end quote. At UW-Parkside, I believe we embrace challenges and changes as opportunities, and that we inspire our students and one another to always go beyond the norm. As Ralph Waldo Emerson said, and I quote, "Nothing great was ever achieved without enthusiasm." I am enthusiastic about our new academic year because I know we are on a path to greatness. Let's begin our next year of enriching minds, brightening futures, and changing lives. Thank you.
Thank you, Chancellor Ford. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your kind attention this morning. Obviously, there are a great many things going on at the University of Wisconsin-Parkside. Now that you know about them, your job is to tell others and bring them back. But before you leave, be sure to pick up some important items. Dean Yonk wants everybody to pick up at the reader brochures There's still tickets available for Second City this coming weekend. The community bus tour form, that's back there as well. Countdown to Carnegie. CCP would like for you to pick up this, and the You're You, and they have a fashion model inside here. If you want to see, we used some stock photography. We wanted those chiseled good looks for that. But I thank you. As you may have noticed, we've been videotaping today. This event will be available online for those that couldn't attend. Could you please share that information? We'll post that in Ranger today. And thank you. And remember, it's a great day to be at the University of Wisconsin. One more time, it's a great day to be at the University of Wisconsin. Go Rangers. Have a great semester.